Sunlight. It is the most abundant energy in the world. So let me put it in perspective. Sunlight is the most abundant energy source in the world. 44 minutes of sunlight is enough to power the entire world for a single day, and 5 days is enough sunlight to replace all of the known coal, oil, and gas reserves. Do I think solar is going to fix everything as far as energy goes? No, it's not. Okay? But what I do know is it will go a very, very long way. The United States is a very good place to be able to put solar up. So you can go over to Rhode Island where people are putting up solar. In fact, Rhode Island, no, it's not Rhode Island. It's right next to Rhode Island. So if it's not Rhode Island, it's right there in proximity. They want solar up, trying to figure out how to offset their obligations for green tech, trying to figure out how to get other energy sources in it. Like, if you had a house there, what we would do is they would buy your electricity back at like 17 cents a kilowatt hour. If you don't know what that means, that's a lot. Meaning, if this was your house, we would cover your entire house with solar. And after your entire house was with solar, the utility company would send you a check big enough to pay for your solar system, and you would actually make money generating energy and selling it back to the grid. So it's crazy. Now, not every city or not every municipality is actually going to have something like that. But the truth is we consume energy. If you think about it, like when energy first came out, electricity came out, let's do a light bulb. Okay, then at some point we said, how about a refrigerator? And then all of a sudden we said, you know, what if my whole house was a refrigerator? So then we got AC. Collectively, over time, the amount of things that we started using for energy has gone up over and over and over till the point where we consume more now than we've ever consumed in our entire life. I was just in my kitchen just yesterday and I was on the phone and I said, look, this is how important energy is. And I'm standing there in my kitchen, I'm like, see that refrigerator? That refrigerator requires electricity. And then right next to it, I said, see that air fryer? That air fryer requires electricity. And then right next to that, there was a Instant Pot. That Instant Pot requires electricity. Then I had the blender on the counter. And then I looked at my stovetop. That had electricity. Then I took and I looked at my oven. It was run on electricity. Then I look at all the things that were plugged in. We have like phones, iPads, tablets, and stuff. Collectively, we just consume more and more and more. And then when you thought that you couldn't possibly consume more, then Elon Musk introduces the electric car, and then we increase our consumption again. So it's nonstop. Like, what's the future of electricity? The future is we're going to consume more. But what this really means too is we've got to find more and more resources to be able to generate electricity. And sunlight, being that sunlight does not care who the president is, it doesn't care what inflation is, it doesn't care, like solar doesn't really care who's in office or what's happening. It has one job. As long as the sun does the one thing it always seems to do, which is come up into the sky, let that sunlight hit the solar panels will generate electricity and feed it into the house. And it's like one way that somebody could actually secure their energy costs. Like the solar panels come with a 25-year warranty on them, okay? Like those panels are good, their useful life is closer to 50 years. And so it actually costs less money to generate electricity through solar panels now than it does for the utility to manufacture it through their other known processes, which is a lot of burning coal, natural gas. Hydropower is cheap. If you can get, right now there's a huge drought, so hydropower is almost not even super practical anymore here on the western part of the United States. But inflation will drive up the cost of everything, and solar panels just don't care what inflation's doing. Because its unit of exchange is sunlight for electricity, and it's independent of everything else. And so, yes, solar has a huge role to play in fixing our energy future.